That's how you do it. Hello, YouTube. How's it going? All right, while people arrive, we're trying Overlord of the Balemurk again. I've been mentioning this, I think, on previous streams that I think I have to do my due diligence and try this card out again, especially since I think it's now been 3 challenges since the BNR that an Overlord build has either at least top 8'd. I think it won once or twice. And it top 8'd the challenge that happened yesterday, like last night. So I almost copied that build. The only changes I made were the mana base had a 3rd scrublands over the 5th plains, so I undid that. And the sideboard's very different because that list was just playing a lot of cards I have no interest in playing. A lot of Deafening Silences, Disruptor Flutes, things like that. This is pretty much the same sideboard I was playing before, but I swapped out the Pithing Needle for a Split Up, because my good friend Sleepy said that he's been liking that card lately, and I haven't played it in a while, so I figured I'd give it a shot. But yeah, this is the deck that Yoshiwada has been playing for a while. He's a pretty, for those unaware, he's a relatively well-known Japanese D&D player who's done pretty well with the deck for a while. He's been playing 4 White Orchid Phantoms main in all of his Overlord decks. I respect trying to find the 2-drop that doesn't suck, because Thalia and Spirit both don't seem very good. And if there's one thing about White Orchid Phantom that is for sure true, it's that if you are casting this card, you want to cast it as many times as possible, or you want to get a White Orchid Phantom trigger as much as possible, because the first 1 to 2 tend to not really do anything. And between Felia and Overlord, this list is admittedly pretty solid at triggering White Orchid Phantom more than once. So that part at least makes some sense to me. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll be enough against Eldrazi. Maybe it'll be enough against at least some combo decks, maybe not all of them. I suspect it's going to be a card we board out a lot, but we'll see. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll just wait a little bit for people to show up, and then we'll hop into the games. Totally unrelated to Magic things. I know I was talking about speedruns because AGDQ, previous streams, because AGDQ was happening last weekend. I think I finally figured out what game I'm going to try to speedrun. and it is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. I want to finish the game first. I got pretty far in it, but I just barely didn't finish it. Um, but I think it's got the right combination of like a community that's like pretty active but not like super active. The speed runs are pretty short. Like the category I was looking at was, I think, in like the 20 to 30 minute is like the world record pace. Obviously, I'm gonna start at like 2 hours or whatever and go down from there. But I definitely don't want a run that's like too long. Um, and Sekiro is just a sick ass game. So yeah. Um, I'm not sure when I'm gonna have the time to practice it, but I'm going to soon. I reinstalled Sekiro last night. Any Sekiro enjoyers out there? It's my second favorite FromSoft game. Nothing will ever beat Bloodborne for me. Sorry, the only thing that will beat Bloodborne is a 60 FPS PC Bloodborne port, but I know that's just never going to happen at this rate. I'm going to go ahead and pay my entry fee. I'm over here. Throw those play points into the hopper, and we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll start playing some Magic. As always with the Overlord lists, I think I say this every time. If I play this, my eventual goal is to get this card as close to 0 as possible, but I'm just starting with the list as it is from the success that it's had. Um, I think this list would look a decent amount better to me if I just cut the 4 Felias for 2 Wisps, a Bowmaster, and the 4th Overlord. That's like where my head is at, but I'm not going to do that yet. We're going to give it a chance, and we'll see where it goes from there. Another thing I've thought about before is whether it makes sense to figure out an Overlord list that doesn't have Stoneforge. Because there's a bit of tension with your 2 drops, with like having 2 kind of proactive 2 drops, neither of which really play that well with each other. Overlord notably can do some damage to Stoneforge as a threat if it mills particular equipment. That won't happen all the time, but when it does, it like there's literally nothing you can do about it. So um, I feel like the optimal Overlord list, in my head at least, either figures out a way to mitigate the fact that you're going to mill over equipment, whether you're playing some bad card like, I don't know, like Savin's Reclamation is, I know, one that friend Lewinell has mentioned a lot, kind of as a joke, or if you just cut Stoneforge entirely, because it's not like Stoneforge is really that good of a card to get with Overlord anyway. So I don't know. All right, let's do it. Let's fight. Excuse me. Got to start off the stream with a yawn. Oh boy. That's actually pretty good. I'm playing on my Daybreak account, so all my settings are messed up. Gotta set all my appropriate stops. And there we go. Reveal my companion. Close this. Make this bigger. Sand does something. There's not much that this hand is particularly bad against. Um, pretty easy keep, I think, with some potential fail cases. But hey, Joyful Waffle, what's up? How's it going? Ooh, okay, that's yeah, got it. A very good sign for Wasteland Thoughtseize White Orchid Phantom. Um, do I? Urza's Workshop is like the worst land in their deck. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to Thoughtseize and then White Orchid Phantom instead of wasting again. I think I'm probably supposed to waste again. Yeah, just get out of here. Ooh, another Thoughtseize. All right. They have a lot of monoliths. They have a Fleshraker, 2 Kozilek's commands. Thank you, Raisins. Thank you, thank you. I guess I will take one of the Grim monoliths. And hopefully they don't draw another land. So I'm glad I didn't give them... I'm glad I... Ugh, gross. I'm glad I wasted them, at least. So they play another monolith. They could play another monolith. They do. Okay. And a Fleshraker. Okay. So now, I think the play is White Orchid, their Urza's Saga, Solitude, their Glaring Fleshraker, leave them with an Urza's Tower, 2 Kozilek's commands in hand, and 2 monoliths they can't untap. That all looks correct to me. I would rather cast this Recruiter, but I really can't leave this Fleshraker in play. So, yeah, I mean, of course they drew the land, right? Like, what else would they do? Are you seriously? They drew the actual perfect land? Give me a break. Sure, whatever. Which of these do I want to get rid of? I think I have to get rid of the Karn, but I would rather get rid of the Kozilek's commands. But I think I just have to get rid of the Karn. At least they have to cast this command, yeah. Without actually like dealing with any of my stuff, which is nice. Obviously, they can like stifle the trigger here, but I think I just want to take away their mana. Or, you know, force them to spend their mana in a way that might be inconvenient. Yeah, like that's not very good. Really didn't want another land. That's pretty good actually because I can recruit for White Orchid Phantom, so that works. But now I have to get through this next turn, which I'm sure they're going to do something really dumb. I can live with an Urza Saga. I already have the answer for that. Okay, wondering. Makes sense. There's White Orchid Phantom. So I think I have to kill the Planar Nexus here, just because of how much mana they get off of it. I can kill the Urza Saga next turn when I cast the Yorion. How much do these even tap for right now? Is it 3? That's 4, right? Yeah. I get it. I get it. It's so cool. Do I kill the Urza Saga or do I kill one of the workshops now? I like don't. I guess Urza Saga is another Voltaic key, really, which is maybe that's the deal breaker. To resume last stream's Bluey chat watches. Born yesterday, tonight before. Born yesterday. Did I? I think we saw that one recently, but I don't remember anything about it for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Urza Saga. I think this recruiter is gonna get a Skyclave apparition probably. It's either Skyclave or a Witch Enchanter, but I think Skyclave is just a Witch Enchanter, but better for the most part. Yeah. I've never been less scared of a 7/7 construct. Not gonna lie. Bandit pretends to be born yesterday to learn why they have to trust parents, but also bandit stairs. Okay, I do remember that one now. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I liked it. Yeah, whatever. Why did they draw so many lands? And the perfect land, too. I'm still upset about that. That's how you're gonna do it? Sure, whatever. Oh my god, it's so small. I don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna bring in Cabal Therapies and Mind Break Traps. And probably Snuff Outs, and I think that'll be it. I don't even have my usual moms to cut. So what am I cutting here? Excuse me. I'm not super excited about Thalia in this matchup because like being proactive with Overlord is a way to win the game, except it's not because they always just one ring chain you. So that just doesn't really feel like a thing to me. Oh, Lion Sash doesn't do anything. And we could just go down to 2 Overlords, maybe. It's useful for finding White Orchid Phantom, but casting an Overlord onto to find a White Orchid Phantom we cast on turn 3 is also not the most inspiring play against Forge anyway, so. Yeah, I know. Not super excited about Felly. A real bold thing for me to be saying, huh? No, I don't like this. I can do this. Keep this. What did we get rid of here? It's a little tricky. It's either Recruiter or a land. I'm leaning towards a land, but I'm not sure which land. I guess Caracas is kind of a blank here. And maybe I'd rather have the opportunity to surveil with one of these if I find another whatchamacallit, if I find another land later. Yeah. I think I might have to just go for the upside that this one has, honestly. Now what am I naming with this Cabal Therapy? Usually I name the One Ring. I have a Bowmasters which helps a little bit against the One Ring, but I don't think it helps enough for me to not name it. Because we just don't put on enough pressure for Bowmasters to actually be a thing that quote unquote answers the One Ring. And I don't like naming monoliths because if I name Grim Monolith, they're going to have Basalt Monolith. And their hand does nothing. Let's go. Yeah, I'm just going to do this now. Of course, they drew another one, but it's okay. Interesting. Why not blow up their lands? Because I want to keep this White Orchid Phantom in play as a clock more than I want to blow up one of their lands right now. So it's easier to just throw away the what's it called? It's easier to just throw away the army token, basically. So they found another Urza's Tower, but that's still just 2 mana. That could be good. At this point, I'm going to play this as my 3rd lands and recruit for another White Orchid Phantom. Okay. So I can't keep them from casting the One Ring now, unfortunately. I think I kill the Urza Saga here. Yeah. You got it. You have cast the One Ring. Ping my White Orchid. That's fine. Damn. So when they were to cast another card in my Mind Brick Trap. Oh well. Another land would be nice? No. Okay. I think this has to be a Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, I think it does. Do play Kataki? I do not. I've never been a believer in Kataki and the matchups that people think Kataki is for, because basically every colorless deck can make an unfathomable amount of mana by the time that you like recruit for a Kataki and then put it into play. So if I was playing something like that, I would rather just play like Stony Silence. That's spell 1. This is spell 2. And this is spell 3. Alright. There's like no... The Karn's already activated, yeah. I don't care about it in play. I just want to make sure they are basically dead. It's fine, that's just mana. You're dead now? What's up? Okay, sure. Telling me to play Magus of the Tabby in my Legacy deck. Something like that. Oh, the deck list is not up to date. Whoops. Hold up. Hold up. Let me fix that. Stream Deckers should just know what I'm playing all the time without me having to do anything about it. Upload. Where are you? There we go. Alright, should be all better. Thank you. That is not even a little bit what I said, Chylith. Let's calm down. I'm thinking about whether maybe... I guess if I wanted Felias, it probably would have been on the play. Just thinking about like how nice that it like would have been nice if I could just Felia the White Orchid every turn because they didn't have anything to deal with it. But I think that's less realistic on the draw in particular. So I think if I was going to do that, I should do it in the play. It could be over the whiffs maybe. Though notably the problem with again, the problem on the draw, doing it on the draw that way is I can't White Orchid on turn 2 and then Felia the White Orchid on turn 3. I have to give them their third turn without me having messed with their mana to do it twice. I'm going to keep it. Thalia is gone because it's just bad against most things. It has nothing to do with Bowmasters. I'm playing Thalia currently in my non-Overlord black-white list, but it's not like it's just not that good of a card anymore. It has not aged well in Legacy, and it does not have anything to do with Bowmasters. It has everything to do with the fact that like no decks like D&T is a control deck. You will do a lot of damage to yourself like trying to slow the game down by making spells cost more because you just want to play spells that answer your opponent's stuff. And there are many, many, many ways to do that now. Goodbye. So that's the short of it. Lotus Petal and Glaring Fleshraker. That's a hell of a 2 cards to exile. I'm guessing they're going to keep the Fleshraker, but I guess it depends what else is in their hand. So we'll see. Lotus Petal. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Trilith. It's about efficiency. Or it's about power, not about efficiency. So, like, it doesn't really matter if your opponent spends 1 more mana to cast their spells when those spells just kill you. So, yeah. Of course, that was the second spell. It's always the One Ring is always the second spell every time, without fail. Hey, sure, whatever. I don't even care anymore. Uh, I think here I'm probably recruiting for a Skyclave. Ooh. Maybe I'm not recruiting for a Skyclave because it's take them off of mana. They would take another 3, 12, 11, 4, 3, 2. That's pretty close to lethal. Yeah, I think this is right. I'm not sure which land I'm hitting. I think it's got to be the tomb. They have like no artifacts in play. Taking them off an extra mana. It's just a little enticing to keep them with a mana source that has to deal them damage is the only reason I'm even thinking about it. But spell 1, spell 2. That's all 4 Lotus Petals. Spell 3. I'm going to let that one resolve because I have a swords for it. That's also fine. I think at this rate I'm just countering the next spell that costs like more than 3 mana. Yeah, I'll counter that one. Okay, sure. You got it. You win. Um, they are close to dead though. Like I'm attacking them for 6, 7, 8. I'm attacking them from 9. They're taking 2, so they're at 2 right now, basically. Um, yeah, if it was a ring, I was just gonna like cry. The White Orchid Phantom is nice. I think I take out a workshop here, because that's more mana, and I'm not intending for them to really get another turn here. um, so yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the workshop. I was gonna get a Solitude if I hadn't drawn the White Orchid, but I think taking mana away from them is really the bottleneck here. with these two tapped monoliths. So Planar Nexus gets exiled. They have one card left. They can't activate the One Ring. So the top card has to be an artifact, or is it? They can cast colorless spells too, obviously, because colorless can do everything. Sick. Let's go. Got him. White Orchid Phantom proved itself in that match at the very least. It was consistently one of the best things I could be doing, and I drew it a lot. Will it do anything the rest of the night? We'll see. I would say that my words were taken out of context, but I don't think I even said anything close to that, Charlev. I think you're editorializing. Sure, we'll try it. All right, we're dead. Got it. Oh, I'm alive? Hello, chat? Is this real? That's true, you can kind of say anything. Interesting. This is not what I thought it was. I thought I was getting oopsed. I am absolutely not getting oopsed. I'm getting oddered. This is the Augur Bolas, right? Yeah, okay. The otter of Bolas, you could say. Oh, it is Belcher? Well, maybe I am dead then. Just kidding. We'll see. I think I'm either Bowmastering or Fellyaing here, so. And this is just a 1-2 now, right? Yeah, okay. I almost had to like I'm like almost shocked that this doesn't have more text on it for some reason. Like expect it to have like prowess. Those lands in Belcher is pretty interesting. Um, I think I want to complicate things as much as possible, so I'm going to put something in play that they might force. Feel free to post it. I'm not going to look at it right now, but you are free to post it. I have a feeling this Flicker Wisp is going to get forced, but I'm going to play it. Yep. Force pitching back to basics. Interesting. Lands? No. What do I want to do here? The back to basics confirms this is not Belcher. Okay, yeah, all right. That's starting to make more sense. What do I want to play here? I might just leave mana up for Felia. I don't really... I would like to do more than that, but... I think that sets me up the best to have the most possible impactful next turn. Because if I can at least cast Overlord, hopefully draw a land, and also be able to cast like White Orchid or Stoneforge. So I think holding up Felia is good here, especially because I can also hold up Caracas on it. Another Thundertrap Trainer, you got it. Just don't reveal a Force of Will again. Not that I'm that worried about what you're doing at this point. I would just like my stuff to resolve. Okay, it's Wizards. We figured it out, chat. There's another Force. Force pitching another back to basics. What is it? They have 2 non-basics of their 3 lands in play. What's going on? It's the really annoying 4th land to draw. I feel like if I just if I White Orchid, I feel like they're gonna have another island and probably have another mountain or have a basic mountain. So I think yeah, Trilith is thinking what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna White Orchid our Caracas into a Plains. And then I'm gonna cast this Overlord. I got a Bowmaster's back. I already have one in play. I think I want to get a Flicker Wisp. Because I can either vindicate their land or reset the Overlord. So I think I like the Wisp here. I was thinking the same thing, Chileth, just because of how long they were thinking about it. It was like, what if they stifle this? They bolt my Bowmasters. Okay, sure. Like, you can't possibly do that, can you? This is what, deal 5, draw 2, basically? That's quite a bit. It's pretty strong. I would rather they not do that. I imagine they have to save it for my Overlord. So that's nice. Maybe not. No, they're just going to kill my White Orchid. Okay, sure. Yeah, you sure. You got it. Still no land for them. I don't think that changes anything. Maybe it means I kill their land here. Just because they're still kind of wrecked on mana. No. No, I can do better. I can just Stoneforge for a formal wear right now, and that's also about as good as Overlord, while letting me double spell. Importantly, that was the main problem I had with Wisp, is that unless they play something that weakens swords, we don't really have anything to do with the rest of our mana. But now I can play Stoneforge and then Flash and Felia, so that's cool. Sure. They are paying costs. Could be a Murktide Regent, maybe? No. Bolt on Stoneforge resolves. Yeah, I'll try to block. Another Force of Will. Pitching the 3rd Thunder Trap Trainer. Okay, you got it. Tameo. Okay. Another Soporific Springs. Okay. Finally have another land. So I could Wisp Overlord. I could Wisp Overlord. I would probably get back Bowmasters. Is that even better than just formal wearing the Bowmasters now and then holding up Karakas and swords? think I just want a formal wear right now. If I ping the Tameo, I can get in with the Orc army, which is a little nice. Basically just dealing them 1 extra point of damage. Yeah. I could just be playing too scared and I'm supposed to do the powerful thing, but... Is that snap bolts on the Bowmaster probably? Yeah, okay. Unfortunate. We'll go to beginning of combat, then I'll bounce the Tameo. Yeah. Tameo resolves. I'm gonna surveil. What am I looking for here? Yeah, that's good. Can finally get rid of this volcanic island. No red mana for you. And now I'm gonna wisp the formal wear again. Just really doing everything but this Overlord right now. Get a Bowmaster's back again. Hit the Snapcaster, holding up 3 pieces of interaction for Tameo, really. Yeah, okay, they're over it. Alright, cool. This feels like a matchup that I'm already kind of built to beat, aside from the possibility that they like burn me out with like multiple Flame of Anors, that kind of thing. I probably don't want these White Orchid Phantoms. I would probably rather have some Cabal Therapies. Doesn't seem like a snuff out matchup, really. They're not actually playing like really any threats. But I think Therapy, especially Therapy versus a card like Thundertrap Trainer that reveals the cards in their hand, is pretty effective. So it feels like this is going to be a game about cards in hand. Chylith said, "Hear me out," so I'm going to click Submit Deck. I haven't played Mindback Trap in a long time. It's been a while since you got the chance to recommend that I board that in a completely inappropriate matchup. These are pretty good hands. Again, not. I guess we'll see how many basics are in this deck, but I'm assuming it's 3 or more. It really could be more than that. We'll see. I'm gonna keep this though. Oh yeah, Prismatic Vista. Yeah, easily 3, probably more like 4 basics. All right. Unfortunately, no answer for that right now. Great. Oh. Interesting. Of course they draw a Brainstorm. Let's be real for a second, please. So I'm gonna Stoneforge for Cauldro, and we'll see what happens. Okay, that is the exact card I wanted to draw, so that's really good. Force pitching I would have assumed they put the Tameo back. Okay, sure. I guess maybe they wanted to keep it for enablers for Flame of Anor. Like, is their hand just two Flame of Anor and they're waiting until they can... No, it's not. Okay. I'm guessing it's one Flame of Anor and one other card. The league score is not showing. Nothing I can do about that. The bot just breaks a lot. It breaks with basically every Moto update, which includes like their maintenance updates. So it's not the most reliable thing in the world, unfortunately. I was gonna make a joke they're gonna draw Force and plus land off the Brainstorm. I mean that's just, of course they were gonna do that, Chilith. So yeah, I heavily suspect. Oh, they're getting back a Force. Okay, well, rip my Skyclave, I guess. I guess I could just Wisp here, huh? I guess that's not really true because they have the answer for it in their hands, and it's already a card they want to cast. So Force Pitch, Lorien revealed. I guess again, I don't know they have Flame of Anor in their hands, but it seems very likely. It's the best card in their deck. It's what their deck's built around. So I wish I could cast two threats right now. That would be cool. Basic Swamp and White Orchid Phantom is not a combo, unfortunately. Make them crack the clue now, I guess. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, they could have drawn that. Oh, they could have drawn that with the clue, is what I mean. Which would be annoying, because my plan was to make them have to use all their mana this turn to protect the Tameo. But now they don't have to do that. They have just had the perfect answer for everything I've done, and they're still not really winning the game. Obviously, like, if this Tameo gets another 2 turns, yeah, the game's over, but... All right, we found 4 basics. I'm guessing there's more, but we'll see. Yep. All right, no more lands, please. Recruiter, Skyclave, Stoneforge, Formal Wear. Wisp isn't bad here. There's the 5th basic, by the way. Not really what I'm looking for, but I will cast it. Oh my god, get these stupid Force Wills out of here. I really don't want to deal with Force right now. See, the thing is, I'm pretty sure if I answer this Tameo, even with all of this in their hands, I'm not sure. Oh, sure. I forgot that they can start getting multiple cards off of this, but still, like, how are they going to win the game? They found the 4th Force of Will. That's how they're going to win the game. Ugh, stop. This is a very annoying deck to play against, I'm finding. This would have been a great card to draw last turn. There we go. So they can put me to 1. Yeah, I have to cast this. We found the 6th basic. That's about what I thought. We can still draw like any 3-drop, and we're still in the game. If we draw Stoneforge, we're still in it. What? Okay, none of this makes any sense now. Okay, Stoneforge is actually bad. It doesn't work anymore because they can just vacuum our Formal Wear target. But we didn't draw anything, so I think we're just dead. Yeah. I think I would like a split up over a White Orchid Phantom. And I want something else over this White Orchid Phantom, but I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. I'll make it a snuff out. Maybe these are supposed to be snuff out. Because if Tamio's like the only way they can really get ahead early, I should maybe just make sure I have as many answers for that as I can have. It's basically a 6-card hand. We get to play Vile on turn 1, but nothing else we do after that really feels that good. Yeah, I'm going to mulligan this. This is, I think, mostly better. I'm going to get rid of the Solitude here. The coolest card you get to add in Legacy? Add compared to what is my question. Force on the Vial? Sure. Pitch, Snapcaster. Okay. Oh, from Modern. Let me see. I don't remember exactly what's in the Modern list. I mean, Swords to Plowshares is pretty good. I don't know if it's cool. The coolest is, or no, Recruiter's Modern Legal now. This whole deck is Modern Legal, other than Wasteland and Swords to Plowshares, and Scrubland, I guess. So, it's probably Formal Wear or Formal Wear or Wastelands in terms of coolest. Gracchus is pretty cool too, though. That is true. Alright, my opponent forced on turn 1 and then Brainstorm locked themselves into a Tamio into my onboard Caracas. Perfect. You'll love to see it. Unfortunately, I can't put any pressure on them, but at least I know I'm getting through the early game pretty scot-free, so. And they don't even bother casting it this time. Perfect. I would love to draw Thoughtseize, thank you. That would be great. This hand is all over the place. It's probably Force of Will. Could be Consigned to Memory, but I think it's going to be Force of Will. It's not like they don't have quite a few cards to pitch. And Consign costs memory, or Consign costs memory. Consign costs mana, which they don't have a lot of right now. So there they go. They finally found some mana. I didn't put Yorin in my hands because they have Tamio. I don't want to just tap out into Tamio. They literally drew a brain. Like, if they draw a Brainstorm, they just go. I guess they can't draw a Brainstorm because they're still only at 1 mana. So maybe it doesn't matter being shields down for a turn, but. I gotta remember they put, they had Bloodman in their deck. Yeah, I think probably the best argument I can think of for not would be if there's a 5 mana play you we want to make on this turn that we don't get to because we have to bounce it, which I think is probably Overlord and maybe nothing else. Overlord's the main one I can think of. They have the Sink in the Stupor. It's really nice just knowing their whole hand. Hey, it's Overlord. I don't think that I can just hardcast it here for the reasons I mentioned before. Yeah, because they can just they can land cycle for a volcanic, play volcanic, play Tameo, play Flame of Anor. Um, we might whiff on this Overlord, but I hope we don't. It's more comfy to cast Overlord when there's already a creature in the yard, but we'll see. They're going to consign it anyway. Perfect. That works. It's actually kind of nice that they didn't get to a land cycle there. We'll see. Okay, they find a land anyway. I wonder if I'm actually supposed to swords this Thundertrap trainer in response to this fetch, so that they don't have a wizard in play for Flame of Anor. I guess that doesn't really matter a ton though, because then they can just cast Tameo and still get the kick, the good Flame of Anor. So I guess that doesn't really matter. Yeah, you got it. Maybe I'm not even supposed to be exiling these, honestly. Okay. Yep. Another Flame of Anor. All right. No attack. That seems like a mistake. I guess I wish I had Yorin in my hand right now for those, thinking about those earlier comments, but Is Murktide getting cast? Looks like it. There they go. They remembered how to attack. Alright, start with the swords. Just Flare of Denial. Okay, alright. Oops. Please don't have force for one of my removal spells. There we go. Okay. Alright, next turn should be a pretty good Yorion turn, so we'll get to turn Overlord into a 5/5 on the exact turn that it's going to turn into one anyway, so that's kind of funny. Damn it. I was passing priority. I was trying to stop so that I could bounce the Tamiyo at the end step, but it did not let me, unfortunately. Please don't have enough. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Well, Overlord's online at least. Yeah, I'm gonna do this now. Cool. Bolting me. I don't like that. You have third Flame of Anor in your hand. But okay, sure. Whatever. Is it really? Okay. I could have sworn that I had been targeted by that before. In Moto, not on paper. It was not a paper only play. Sure. Give it a shot. My opponent's mulling to 5. Do I win or do I really lose? We'll see. They mull to 4. Got it. I think my Stoneforge might get Alliance Hash. We'll see what my opponent does on their first turn. Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be an Arid Mesa. Silly. Yeah, my Stoneforge is getting Alliance Ash. Never mind. Just kidding. Okay. Well, this will be a quick one. 3 Narcomoebas. How many Poxwalkers? See, two Poxwalkers looks like. Yeah, alright. Okay. So that's what all these are for. Sorry, not the Snuffouts. All of these are for. Get rid of the Solitudes, get rid of the Swords, get rid of the Phantom Blade. I don't want the Bowmasters, and I think that's just going to have to be good enough. I don't really see anything else that's obviously terrible. Yeah, alright. Go for it. I'm guessing my opponent did not sideboard, but we'll see. Thoughtseize into White Orchid is one of the best non-graveyard hate draws that I could have. I want to see if this works. I will be completely unsurprised if I just eat dirt, but I'm just curious if this works. Okay, well, I get to take the Balustrade Spy. That part's easy. So their hand is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their hand is 6 mana. So the White Orchid Phantom is not actually doing a whole lot. But we'll see. Alright. Did not want another Aether Vial, but I'll live. What's going on, opponent? You're holding priority on everything. I know your hand. What decisions could you be thinking about? Alright. Don't have the highest hopes for this one just because of how much mana they have, but because they are just like a top deck oops creature away from killing me. I wish it was not so simple, but okay, we're getting somewhere. Perfect timing. If they don't kill me next turn, it works. I would love to get Stoneforge, I guess. it Stoneforge? It might actually be Felia. No. No, I think it's Stoneforge. Okay. Casting that vial is not... I think the impact of casting this vial might be worse than just having another land in my deck, to be totally honest. Yeah. It comes into play tapped. Okay. Come on. Land, land, land. No. Okay. All right. Chat? It's late, but it still works. I think they have a much easier time beating Sash than they do beating Leyline. So I'm really surprised. Just keep drawing mana, huh? Works for me. Maybe I'm supposed to go for Cauldra there, but I think formal wear here is... I think it might just also be lethal and also give me... I think it's just also lethal while giving me 1 extra point of interaction, so... Because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, very lethal. We're good. All right. Now we mulligan the ley lines. Now we cannot keep Thoughtseize on the draw. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I lied. I lied about the mulligan part of that one. My opponent's mulliganing to 4 cards. Oh no. Yeah. Resolves. I don't think that's the card I would have named. Hey, maybe it's fine. I don't know. It's not like they have good choices. I am surprised they're still playing. I'll be totally honest. I don't know what answer. Oh no, I changed a lot of the art. I imported the deck from Goldfish, and I changed the arts on like everything, but I missed the Grafdigger's Cage. I knew there was going to be like one card that I missed. I guess this is the art that I use, but I make sure to use the Dark Ascension printing. Yeah, I was already going to do that, friend. All right. Well, the funny thing is, I guess they're clearly not playing a list with it, but like um the second ley line almost feels useless because usually I'm so used to the ley line answer being Force of Vigor, so yeah, the hand was, I don't think I could have asked for a better hand than that. Okay, the third ley line. All right, sure, you got me. 3 ley lines and a mind break trap. Uh oh. How's it looking over there, chat? I'm getting some. OBS is apparently not happy right now. Oh, looks like we're back. Looks like it's good now. Yeah, foil DKA Cage Gang. It's funny. I owned one for like 12 years, and I bought my second and third this year. Huh. Okay, that was weird. It got choppy. Yeah. Okay. It looks like it's good now. I don't know what caused that, but yeah. There we go. All right, we're in it for real. And whoops. Artisan was not playing Doomsday last time. They were playing Delver, if I remember right. I think it was blue red. It might have been Teamer. Sorry, Teamer. Blech, rug. Oh, whoa. Okay. Okay. Are we lagging? Okay, we're kind of lagging. I almost didn't select Yori on there. That would have been a problem. Yeah, I'll keep this. When you play both at, when you keep one back, it's pretty much just whether you're playing against Force of Vigor is like 99% of that. Anyway, I think we're getting Doomsdayed. This is quite a Doomsday hand. Oh, we're just getting oops again. Okay, got it. Never mind. Yeah, it's pretty much just do you think your opponent's gonna have Force of Vigor is almost always it. Otherwise, I generally will put as many sort of. I like to think of it as just like layers of interaction. Like how many answers to something can I beat with what I have in play, and I just try to maximize that. And the only card that makes me think of otherwise about that is Force of Vigor, or sometimes I'll even play into Force of Vigor if it's like, well, it doesn't really matter if I save the second because they kill the one and I'm dead anyway, right? That happens a lot too. Bridge. I'm just gonna let them cast a card to tell me how many Poxwalkers are in their deck. I don't think it's really gonna change anything that I do, but I'm just curious. Interesting. There's only 2 Poxwalkers, which means that if I had a Solitude right now, he would lose. So I might keep Solitudes in post board. Interesting. Alright, get rid of the snuff outs. Board in all these. Cut the swords, cut the bowmasters, cut the phantom blade. Alright, Katama Priest. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like it's usually three. It's usually five total, right? It's usually. I think I've seen both two Narcomoeba, three Poxwalker, and three Narcomoeba, two Poxwalker. But when there's only four, that's when you open yourself up to losing to Solitude. I don't know if that's a real enough thing for me to be like playing towards, because it's not going to happen very much, and Solitude is big doo-doo otherwise. Now I'm wondering, like, what if I do something like this? If they're playing a build that can lose to removal, which I'm not used to happening because I'm used to seeing ones that just have, like, so many creatures. I'm wondering if I'm supposed to just board the removal back in, because it's a more reliable way to ever win a game than these cards are. I'm going to try it. They had two cards left. That is a fair point. Like, they could have had the fifth in their hands, but I don't think that's super likely. They have 8 discard spells, so Mindbreak Trap doesn't really feel like the best piece of interaction, but I'm basically mulliganing to only... I guess it could be Leyline, or I could be mulling to Thoughtseize as well. Or Grafdigger's Cage. So, like, there's definitely a reasonable number of cards I'm mulling to if I throw this back. And I think I would be more inclined to keep it if the rest of the hand put on, like, any pressure, but it really doesn't. So I think this might be a little greedy, but I think I'm supposed to mulligan this. Is a Thoughtseize without Graveyard Hate? They're mulling to 6. I can at least potentially surveil into... I think this is a little more real than the previous hand, at least. And also, there's a chance that the swords will just get them if they have to go for, like, a pass the turn with an Undercity Informer kind of pile. Again, not things that I should expect to happen. This is a matchup where you really just identify the ways that you can get lucky, because that's most of what the matchup is about. I am going really slow. What is going on with my internet right now? I hope it's not me, but Balustrade Spy, Undercity Informer. They only have 1 mana though. Interesting. So I just take the mana. They can unmask me, but I don't really care about that. Yeah, okay. They pitch a poxwalkers to the unmasked to take my recruiter. All right. I want to make sure my Steam isn't doing something. Steam is doing something. That's what it was. All right, it should be better now. It's always Steam. It's downloading an update that I want, but not right now. And the annoying setup of my apartment means that I have to use a power line adapter, so my upload is or my download is just not very good. Oh my god. That was so close. I clicked over just to put Moto in focus at the exact moment that he passed priority to me, and I would have cried if I got a scrubland. All right, cool. What do I think I go for the balustrade spy here? Two Undercity informers, huh? Well, let's find a creature. What do we think about that, chat? Come on. I know there are creatures in there. I didn't board that many of them out. Alright, I guess I boarded that many of them out. There we go. That's more like it. And I get some value off of this. I was so distraught by the idea that I might have to do that. Um, all right. They have two Lotus Petals, Poxwalker, Thoughtseize. Okay. Can I find like a ley line on top? That would be funny. No, get out of here, lands. I'm done with you. Yep. There goes Yorion. That's something. Yeah, I'll play Containment Priest right now. How's that? Perfect. All right. close enough to Leyline on top. I think that might actually be better because I think it's possible that they have Leyline answers in their deck. I think most oops lists cannot beat a creature. This will work. Put back the Skyclave and... Oh, the Skyclave. That's what I was supposed to board out. In one of the wastelands. Yeah, cool. I usually just go for Dark Ritual first, so I'm gonna go for that. No Dark Ritual, just mana that... Okay, sure, that's fine. Feed the Swarm. Are they playing Feed the Swarm? I hadn't seen that. It is a good card that would do that. I just hadn't seen Feed the Swarm recently. I assume we're getting Thoughtseized. Yeah. Goodbye, Stoneforge. It's nice knowing ya. Oh. They are playing an Undercity Informer. I assume that's just as a 2/3 probably. I don't think that I really need to wasteland here. I think I'd rather surveil. Exiled Bridge, ooh. Nope, don't need another one of those. That'll work. Kind of. I'll put them on 0 mana. But unfortunately, their 2/3 is better than my 2/2. And they are currently 1 turn ahead on the race. So, that's maybe something. I could put Yorion in my hand here. Yeah, I guess I might as well. Can't unmask. They might take the Witch Enchanter here. I think they probably should, yeah. Was not really planning on being unmasked, but it happens. That's a good one. That's a great one. I would love Sash on top of my deck, thank you. That fixes all of my problems. They just don't even look. They just scoop to me keeping a card on top. That's pretty funny. All right. Can't lose to oops. Got him. What was our first match? I've already forgotten. We lost to Wizards. What did we beat in the first match? Oh, that was Forge, right. I don't know about this hand. Double Crocus again. All right, I'll try it. How are the vibes on Overlord? I don't know. We have not really been using Overlord very much. I have happened to run into a lot of White Orchid Phantom matches tonight. So that card has been overperforming, but if I played against like the average league that I have played over the last little while, I think it would have been pretty bad. So I don't know. So it's against Stifle Knot. Not taking swords. Unfortunately, this Fellia does not look very good, and they're 2 swords to plowshares. I don't know what to take here. It might just be the Dreadnought, because it's the only thing they can do to us. I think I took the Dreadnought. It might be Daze. The nice thing about Daze is that, like, if I take Daze, we're going to cast Felly on our next turn. I assume they just swords it, although they could Daze it. But I would like to, for sure, cast this Overlord on my turn 3 through Daze, even if I don't draw another land. But I also can just wait a little bit if I just take this Dreadnought. I'm going to take the Dreadnought. Basic Plains gamer keeping the degenerates in check. That is exactly how it should be. I'm glad someone gets it. Is this a Meticulous Archive? It sure is. Puts on top, so I assume it's going to be a land. Oh, Wastelands. I guess their idea is they can, like, Wastelands my Caracas and then swords. I would love a Solitude, thank you. Okay, there we go. It's like, how long are you gonna wait? Alright, well, now we gotta find a white source. So, let's see how it goes. Oh, they have not found the lands. And I get the Thoughtseize again. I might just wasteland them, honestly. No, I don't want to wasteland into their stifle. Well, I guess I can take their stifle and wasteland them. We'll see what happens. That is an interesting choice. That would make more sense to me if this was an untapped land. But it's a tapped land, so I don't know about that one. I'm gonna take the stifle now. Because that gives me great time to potentially wasteland their meticulous archive. Also, don't have to worry about like a fetch land getting stifled right now, which would be pretty bad. Kept a card on top again, so it's a land of some sort, almost certainly. Cool, I find a plains. Yeah, I'm just gonna recruit. I don't know what I'm recruiting, but I'll figure it out when my deck's in front of me. I have 2 removal spells for the Dreadnought, so I'm not super worried about that. Stoneforge isn't that bad. They drew the 3rd swords. I just clocked that. Which makes me a little less excited about getting a Stoneforge here. I would love to get like a Wisp or a Skyclave, but I'm not really that interested in that when I don't have a second white source in play. So maybe I just get a Stoneforge because it's fine and like forces their plays a little bit. Right on time. I think this is just gonna be, I mean, I say Cauldron check as if, you know, okay, they're just using the dress down. Okay, that's interesting. I'm surprised they aren't saving that dress down for their Dreadnought. But that works for me. I'm gonna fetch now while they're tapped out for stifle reasons. Do I want to wasteland them? I don't think that I do. It's a little bit tempting, but it's also exciting to potentially hardcast a Solitude, so. Do I want to put Yorion in my hand here? I think I can. I don't really see a world where I have to swords right away. I would be less excited about putting Yorion in my hand here if Doorkeeper Thrall was still a mainstay of Stifle Knot lists, but it just isn't. They just kind of cut that card completely, which I'm very happy about. Um, so I think we just tap out here, and we're not super worried about it. Okay, this is the site, the end of turn dress down into their Dreadnought. Okay. Swords on the Overlord? Sure. Okay. 2 Dreadnoughts. Okay. One of the last cards in their hand is Swords. Hopefully it's not Force blue card, but we'll see. Let's just draw a Cauldron off the top, because that will also answer one. One of the few times I would love to draw Cauldron off the top. Okay. How does this go? Perfect. I think we're just going to chill then. We'll take 1 hit, and then we have some options next turn. We'll get to Surveil for potentially like a Skyclave or a Witch Enchant or something like that. Or it's another Sword Splashers. Or Flicker Wisp. That's a fun one. Right, they're playing Stifle. I should have done this on my turn. Okay, we're good. Do not want another land. Maybe another land would have been good for playing around Daze, actually. I don't think so, though. I'm not really hard casting anything. So I could just cast Solitude, but that's really risky into a Force of Will. I guess I can't beat a Force anyway, right? Because... yeah, never mind. I'm dumb. I can't beat Force, so I'm just supposed to cast this and see what happens. Cool. What I wanted to happen happened. No, they have a Stifle for this. Okay. We're still alive. And... now we're not alive. Oh, they had that Swords in my hand. Yeah, I should have kept the Stoneforge back. That was dumb. I goofed. Split Up seems good. Snuff Out seems good. Cabal Therapy seems good. I'll go with those. This doesn't really seem like a Bowmasters matchup to me very much. Doesn't really seem like a Sash matchup. Probably not much of a White Orchid Phantom matchup either. Let's try that. This is actually a Felia matchup. Yeah, we'll go with this. I have also done that. I think I'm just less worried about that because they don't have Thrall in their deck anymore. Otherwise, I would be kind of interested in that. I should have fetched again. I hate playing around Stifle. Never mind. I'm a professional. This was all intended. I'm a god gamer. Yeah, they just don't play Thrall anymore. It's all stifle effects. I don't know why they stopped playing Thrall. I don't have the answer. I know the exact person that I would ask about it. Um, but yeah, they just don't play Thrall at all. Good choice in planes. This is the basic planes that I played in mono white for basically forever. Do I take the dress down or do I take the dreadnought? I think I take the dress down. I have two dreadnought answers in my hand right now. Dress down can like do stuff to my cards and also make a dreadnought good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. A little annoying we have to get a dual land here, but such is life. Ooh, Skyclave. White is usually it's just for swords. I think it's mostly just for sideboard cards. There might be something else. Hold on, let me look. Why is Stifle not under control on MTG Top 8? It's so messed up. Yeah, swords, prismatic ending, um, some sideboard cards maybe. They keep a card on top. Do I White Orchid Phantom it because I'm a jerk? I think I do, actually. I'm also not sure how many basics Stifle Knight usually plays. I'm guessing it's like 3-ish, but there might not be another basic planes, so I don't know. It's only 2. We are gaming. Alright, what am I even getting with this recruiter? Nothing. It's getting dressed down. Okay, cool. Totally fine with that getting dress downs, especially in my my second main phase and not in my end step. There we go. Tameo. Okay. Oh, we snuffing. I think that I am happy enough to Skyclave this Tameo. Just for the amount of Gonna stifle this or I consign it? Yeah, sure. Okay, I have enough removal. I'm just pushing it. You got it. I'll take it. I'm gonna hold up Solitude and then put Yorn in my hand here because looks like they're gonna be dead. So. You got it. Excellent. All right. So I'm a little bit more interested in White Orchid Phantom, knowing that they only have 2 basics in their deck. But I think that would probably just keep me from cutting more as opposed to making me want the 4th. I think I would want the 4th if they were an Urza Saga build, but they're a Wasteland build, so I think I just resubmit. Yeah. Seems a little ugly, but it'll work. I was wondering if that was going to eat a consign or something like that. That would have been fine. Prismatic ending. That makes sense. I'm really smelling a stifle over there, and I'm not going to play into it. I simply refuse. All right, White Orchid Phantoms are already Stone Rains. Perfect. Excuse me. It's a long ass brainstorm. Yes, exactly. A long ass brainstorm. That is what it is. Please consign. Consign it. Tap out. Damn. Okay. All right. I'm just going to make them think about fetching all the time, at least. If they're that hellbent on stifling me, then might as well make it hard. All right, cool. Now they're like definitely going to draw a wasteland, and I'm going to be really mad about it. Yeah, dress down into Dreadnought here makes sense. Yep. Okay, I didn't want to see dress down into 2 Dreadnoughts. But they tapped out a blue, so maybe we're going to be okay. We'll see. Can I have a Swords to Plowshares, please? Skyclave would also be fine. Wasteland. Okay. I think I want to start with a Thoughtseize here. Yeah. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't Prismatic Ending the Vial. So I think what we have to do is take the Stifle, cast Recruiter for Solitude, pitch Phantom to a Solitude, and the next turn we can put Yorion in our hands to cast the other Solitude. And then the game just goes on for a while. But we almost certainly cannot beat this Stifle, so I'm taking it. And to not die to future Stifles, I am going to fetch right now to get another black source. Whoops. Oh yeah, there's no reason. Yeah, right. There's no reason not to get. Yeah, Wisp is the right one because they both are just as bad into a top deck Stifle. But Wisp both deals them more damage and doesn't lose, and doesn't give them a 1/1 when they kill it. So yeah, I don't know why I was thinking Solitude again. Maybe I was just thinking of it because I know I'm casting this one. But yeah, Wisp is the play. Ow. This looks like ending on the vial now. I'm still not sure why they didn't do that last turn, but I just don't know what they're saving the ending for. Is the real thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I tried. bummer. That's very close. Um, how do I feel about this? I think if we really didn't do like anything with Overlord, so it's funny, the Overlord and Felia parts of the deck just didn't happen like at all. There were a couple times where like Felia maybe could have done something, but it never got an attack trigger. I think I only ever actually put Felia into play like twice, maybe. Um, so it is. I still really don't like that card. Um, the rest of the deck mostly felt White Orchid really pulled its weight. I think mostly just based on the matchup lottery. We played against 3 combo decks where it's a Stone Rain, and like yes, it needed help, but it was a way to like keep the game still within our grasp in those matchups. Had we played against more fair matchups, I think it would have been boarded out a ton. Oops twice, Stifle Not, Forge, and Wizards. And we lost to Wizards and Stifle Not. And beat Oops twice and Forge once. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna make this. Just get rid of. Just getting rid of this. I'm doing this. I'm not standing Flicker. I'm not standing Felia anymore. I can't do it. All right. Not locking this in yet, but this is where my head's at. I think this is very close to what I was playing. I guess since the last time I played this was before Eternal Weekend and thus before the ban, I think this list previously would have had some number of Emperor of Bones in it. There might still be room for it. I think there probably isn't if I'm playing the full 4 White Orchid Phantom. And I want to give that card a little bit more time to, because I think the matchups that it was good in are important. Beating Forge and Oops is important. But I want to see if it can do stuff in the matchups that it's not obviously good in. Like Stifle Not. Stifle Not is a good example of one where like it's not really about the mana, but their basic land count is low enough that like there's a chance that like once they usually fetch like a basic early, and then maybe you get the second out, and then they just never get to just like never get above like 2 to 3 mana. Maybe that's good enough. We'll see. Wonder if 4 Overlords is too many without Felia in the deck. That could be a way to get an Emperor in there. It is a possibility. I was surprised when I saw that this list only had 3 Overlords in it instead of 4. It feels like if you're building your deck around Overlord, you should just kind of make sure that that can happen as often as it can. I think when I last played this deck, I think I had 4 Overlords, 4 Wisps, and I think it was maybe 1 or 2 Emperors, but not that many. And it felt like, honestly, Overlord into Flicker Wisp was feeling quite good the couple of times that I got to do it. And I wasn't really even feeling like I was drawing too many copies of either of them. So we'll see. You definitely don't want to draw too many Overlords. Maybe I'll come to the conclusion that they were right. That Yoshiwada has been working on this deck a while. I'm assuming that the person who played this list that top eighted the challenge yesterday. Um, I think that they were just playing a copy of his list. I don't know for sure, but it might be that you go down to three. Second, pre-war formal wear is also on my mind for sure. Notably, I guess it's just the matchups that we played against. Our graveyard was never really stocked outside of. It was good against wizards. The other matchups, it was really not doing much of anything. Um, but again, yeah, there's a bunch of combo decks. So like, is that really helpful data? I don't know. Yeah, I think we'll leave it at this for now. Maybe I'll make a couple more changes, but between now and Sunday. But this at its face looks okay. Um, Notably, still feeling like I think Overlord, the card and like the package that it mandates, I still don't know for sure if it's really solving any of Black White's problems. Maybe the real thing that this list gets you is a black list where playing main deck White Orchid Phantom actually makes sense. Um, and maybe that's what makes it good enough. We'll see. I still need to get a bit more in this. I really want to see how this list, as it is right now, works against Eldrazi in particular. It is potentially making me think like I am so far away from saying that this is like a real thing. Maybe there's an argument that the two drop that like White Orchid Phantom is just better than Thalia in a normal black white list. I'm very far away from saying that, but I was somewhat impressed with it tonight. How much it was keeping games in my grasp, particularly against combo decks. I didn't really expect it to do that. And notably, Thalia would not have done really anything against Forge because they make so much mana that it really doesn't matter there. Thalia probably better against Oops, but neither of those cards are doing the heavy lifting really. So, but it was nice with Phantom to just make it so they can't cast any spells. They can't even play through a Thalia because they are just casting nothing. So I don't know, bunch of random thoughts, thinking. We'll see where it goes. I think that's it. I'm getting tired. My voice is getting a little hoarse. I gotta make my daughter's lunch for school tomorrow. So I think that's gonna be it, gang. Thank you for hanging out. We're still gonna do some vibe checks on Overlord. Still not sure, but we'll see. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. Please hit the follow. I I've never said this before, but it literally worked on me like yesterday, so I'm gonna say it. Thank you. Just so you know, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you do have a free Prime sub. If you choose to give it to me, I would be more than grateful. But that's okay if you don't, or if it's already been used. It was funny. Like I was watching a stream yesterday, someone mentioned it, and then like 4 people immediately subscribed, and I was like, wait, is it like a superpower? Can I do that? So thank you if you do. But anyway, I stream Death and Taxes and Legacy all the time. I Thursdays and Sundays been trying to start more around like 8:30 Eastern, so I can get to bed at a more reasonable time than when I started at 9. If you missed any of this and want to check it out, I have a whole collection of VODs up on my YouTube channel. There's actually links to that in the chat right there. You can follow me on my Patreon, where I have a bunch of strategy articles about D&T, as well as I maintain a list and sideboard guide for D&T. If you would like to, that gets updated monthly. If you like need a list for an event, you can find that on my Patreon. Supported by FlexSlot, actually up here, all the way at the top there. FlexSlot.gg. Tool a good friend George Jabor created for creating sideboard guides. And that's where mine lives. So I think that's it. I think that's everything. Is anybody streaming? Let me go check. Let's see. Where is the Magic the Gathering category? There we go. Are there any legacy gamers? Looking like maybe not, unfortunately. Yeah, bummer. Okay, all right. We're just gonna call it then. All right, thank you everybody for hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, and I will see you all next time.